This is Taz News Tacoma. I was up at the 240th Kent Post Office today, had an altercation with some police officers, went down to talk to the police chief down in Kent, and he was informing me that I cannot audio record anybody. So please, don't give this guy a call and educate him. Again, do not call and educate this guy. Thanks. All right. You're Sergeant
Clark.
T. Clark?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I'm a First Amendment auditor. I came and I've done your police station.
What does that mean exactly? So we can.
I come and I record to make sure to keep you accountable.
Okay.
I go and I'm specialized in post office. I go around and I teach the post office about their Poster 7.
About what, sir?
Poster 7. That's their
What's
rules.
that?
That's their rules and regulations on the post office, saying I could do what I could do. You know what I've been doing. I've done Tacoma. I've done all over the area. I came out here. I did your police station. I did your county building over here. No problem. I went inside. Everybody was cordial. They were cool. I went back and did your post office back there. All hell broke loose. They didn't like me in there. So
The employees you're talking about?
the employees, and they're supposed to be knowledgeable on their rules and regulations. So if they're not, that's what I come in. I show them. I point them out to them. I'm casual about what I do. If they have a problem with it, I tell them, call your postmaster. Then we'll go from there. That postmaster that's back here is uneducated, so I went and I called his main boss. Well, there's no problem on what you're doing and stuff. So when your officers approached me out there, they had no idea, like yourself, what Poster 7 was. So then...
This is obviously not something we run into every day.
Right. And so I was willing to educate them on it and stuff, but it turned into a verbal altercation. So as I was leaving, two elderly ladies came up to me, and they go, "Is this what you do?" And I was like, oh, I don't want to argue with an old lady. She goes, "No, you need to go up on 240th. They're out of control up there and stuff." So I left that day, went up to 240th, went inside. Now my camera cannot cause a disturbance. That's already been ruled that filming is perfectly legal. I can film in their entryways, corridors, anywhere accessible by the public. The only place I can is restricted areas, which I'm not going to go there. So I was up there. They called the police. Police came out, and your officer started off good, and then it just went sideways again. So then we got in a verbal altercation. I left. Nobody trespassed me. And you can't trespass me from doing a perfectly legal activity. My camera can't cause a disturbance. So it's already been ruled, by Homeland Security. There's been a memo out saying when we come in to do our audits, don't say anything to us, leave us alone, let us do our thing. And I'm the type of person, I'll come in, I'm there 5-10 minutes, no altercation. I prefer that. And then I leave. Well, today I went up there and to do a revisit, and I went with my paperwork to show them. I was going to sit down with them and show them. Nobody talked to me, so I was like, okay, they're educated. I don't have to deal with it. As I was leaving, two of your officers met me at the door and stuff.
You realize they were called by the post
I
office, right?
totally understand that.
I think, if I might stop you, sir.
Go ahead.
The discrepancy, I think, in what we are being told from our prosecutor's office and what you're saying is that recording with your camera is perfectly legal wherever you want to do that. You don't have to have anybody's consent for that.
Correct.
But if you're audio recording, you have to have the people's consent that you're audio recording.
No, I don't have to have that
Okay,
either.
well, that would be that's where we're not
Well,
exactly seeing eye to
he
eye.
he was saying that I needed permission from the people to videotape them.
No, I don't think that's in dispute. I think it's pretty well known that you can pull your camera out and record anybody you want.
Right. And
At any time.
right.
Well, I think what we're disagreeing on is the audio portion of it, which is, in the state of Washington, is a two-party consent for that, right?
That's anyway,
So
he sat there and said that
I think that's the crux of our disagreement right here.
okay.
Okay, so and the officers are going based on what anytime the officers, like, again, it's not something they run into every day, right? So they're conferring with our prosecutor's office, their instructions were, or their guidance was, that it's not legal to audio record somebody. This is the reason, like telemarketers or people you call on the phone, they say, hey, just so you know, you're being recorded, right? And then you have the option to hang it up if you want to. So I think that's the crux of the disagreement.
That's where the First Amendment falls in, because I can go anywhere and videotape and auto record anybody. You got freedom of speech.
Again, that's where we're disagreeing.
Well, anyway, your officers
and that varies from state to state, right? Because there's certain states where you can audio record anybody. You can call somebody and record that without letting them know. In the state of Washington, you need two-party consent to audio record somebody.
Well, he cuffed me up.
It's a different situation. You can do that to me without my consent because I'm a public official. So if you want to record me on a traffic stop and not let me know, you're perfectly entitled to do that legally. Other people in a public place you cannot audio record them without their consent or advising them of that. And I think that's where we're disagreeing. Or that's where
Well, the disagreement I have is because he said I was criminally trespassed from that post office, which I wasn't. And then he wouldn't let me explain anything.
So at the time
you're not letting me finish. He grabbed me and put me in cuffs before he even checked on anything, and pushed me up against the wall and stuff before he checked on anything. Now, if he'd walk in, he wouldn't even educate himself enough to go in to read the own rules and regulations on that. Saying I can do what I do. I've done this all over the place. I've been doing this for a few years. I stopped doing it, and I went down to the federal courthouse. I went down to the county courthouse. Went to the law library, educated myself on what I'm doing, and our discrepancy about the audio. Well, I've already educated myself on that, and I know that I can do it. That's why I do it. For asking for permission for anybody to record them, I don't need that. I can record anybody that I want. If they're out in public, there's no privacy in public.
Actually, again, we disagree on that.
All right. So I see that you don't have an internal affairs here that you can file a complaint against.
No, you're perfectly entitled to file a complaint.
Yeah,
I'll take down your information.
Well, yeah, but it goes to your chain of command. There's not an outside organization that takes care of complaints.
Depending on what the complaint is, right? But normally for something which what you're saying is, I would forward that up to within.
Okay, then again, when I was up at the post office, didn't nobody say anything about trespass? I wasn't given a trespass thing, so I'm free to go in there again, and I will be going in there, but there's going to be more of us this time because I made a mistake on going in by myself the first time, and I did it again this time, but I won't go alone again because what I'm doing is trying to educate the post office. I've already talked to their superiors, and well, yeah, you're allowed to do what you're doing. So I don't see what the problem is.
We'll agree to disagree there. Okay. What is your last name, sir?
I'm not giving my name.
You can't make a complaint without it, but I don't know.
Well, I know it ain't going to do no good anyways.
You have a good day.
Clowns. Fucking clowns. Waited all that fucking time to hear his bullshit.